Welcome to the Nest Show, the podcast that brings you insights into the crypto market, trading and investment experiences, and what we're looking forward to as we navigate the space together. Before we get started with the show, I want to thank our friends and sponsors over at Prime XBT, where many of our listeners have already signed up to trade by visiting the birbnest.com/PrimeXBT. Prime XBT is the most powerful trading platform offering immediate access to over 30 assets. Users may trade cryptocurrencies, Forex, commodities, stock indices, and much more, all from a single Bitcoin-settled account.
Birb Network is an interoperable DeFi ecosystem offering token pre-sales, staking as a service, project incubation, and much more. Visit thebirbnest.com/Birb.
And now for the show. What the Nest Show is. This is a podcast brought to you by the Birb Nest community, an independent crypto and Forex-centered trading community built to sharpen each other in capturing opportunities in the markets while protecting capital along the way. What this is not. Trading advice. We are not financial advisors, and you should not regard any information here or in the Nest Club as financial advice. You should always consult a licensed financial advisor before making any financial decisions.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's very special episode of the Nest Show podcast. It's Adrian, it's Birb here, and today I'm joined by truly amazing guest, by one of the most inspiring project leaders, actually, from what I've learned, in the past months. And, this is definitely going to be an extremely interesting, intriguing conversation because we are joined by amazing James Hakim, who is the founder, the CEO, and one of the main lead developers for the amazing project that Curate is. Welcome, James. How's it going?
Hey, thank you. Nice to have you on here, and really, that's really kind words of you. So really humbled to be on here. So I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Awesome. I'm doing as well. Great. Even more and even better that now you're joined here for the show. And the truth is that cryptosphere is right now in the very big and decent acceleration, sort of like a stage and period. And we see many projects popping up, right? But the truth is that, judging from my experience itself, there were not really many projects dealing with the actual marketplace, or the marketplace within the cryptocurrency industry. And I'm very happy, to shed some more light and hear some more lights as well, more words from you regarding Curate. Right, because that's what it is. That's what we are trying to pretty much like build right now here within the marketplace, the very unique marketplace that is going to be empowered by amazing cryptocurrency incentives. So, could you tell me a little bit more about what's led you to the Curate and what the Curate is for all the viewers and listeners?
Yeah, so Curate is a peer-to-peer marketplace to buy and sell goods. We're an app-only product right now. We don't have a desktop or a website or any physical shop. It's essentially a digital peer-to-peer marketplace. So the best way I explain it is it's like eBay. So it's all peer-to-peer, but it allows you to also pay in cryptocurrencies. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. You can also pay in our own native token, which is XCUR or XCure. And the great thing with paying in XCUR is that there's zero gas fees. So you don't get the headache of having to lose money out on your purchase, specifically if you're buying something which is quite low in value. Say you're buying something for $5 or €5 or £5. And the gas fee is at the moment, it's really high, especially on the Ethereum network. So with XCUR, there is zero gas fees. And we've also we've recently added cross-chain compatibility with the Binance Smart Chain. So it's going to be even faster. And the best thing about Curate is actually not only paying in crypto, but also getting rewards. So we're very big on loyalty. I think that's one thing which many retail outlets, many marketplaces like eBay, Gumtree, Amazon, they sort of forget that part. There's no rewards or no loyalty incentives for that repeat custom. And in our this day and age, there's so many competitors, so many marketplaces. So we wanted to stand out and say, look, here's a reward for shopping or even selling on Curate. So we give rewards in crypto. And even if you don't buy anything on the app, you can still get a reward. If you're active, liking, following, commenting, and you have a positive engagement, we'll also reward you as well on crypto. So yeah, that's in a nutshell what Curate app is. And yeah, what led me to building the app? Well, I've been building this for 2 years now. We started in January 2019. My background is actually as a clinical pharmacist. So I studied a master's degree in pharmacy, but I've been sort of developing since I was 16. I'm 33 now. And yeah, before this, I was in AdClerks, which is another marketplace, but this was in advertising. And I saw a lot of benefits in the marketplace world. And I was initially going to tokenize AdClerks and bring that into crypto. But I thought, let me go into a space which has yet to be really penetrated by crypto, which is retail, which is peer-to-peer marketplaces. So yeah, I thought, okay, I'm going to do Curate next. And yeah, here we are today.
I love it. And, even more sort of like, just sounds fun because, we sort of like share similar backgrounds. I may not be, just directly connected to, to pharmacy, but I'm a chemical technology engineer, right?
Nice.
So
wow.
We both have to deal with the chemistry, and we actually know what chemistry, is needed to incentivize people, to visit all of the works and the businesses that we're actually creating. And that's definitely what I can say is that to start with, this is really big job, and great job being put behind all that Curate is doing right now. And especially, with the recent development news, just like you shared, right? So
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit more with all those amazing, just progress developments about the unique mission and vision, that Curate is actually trying to implement in here.
Yeah, so our unique mission, our goal statement is to bridge the world of the two fastest growing industries at the moment. That is mobile e-commerce and cryptocurrency. Both of these industries are just growing year on year, and there's nothing quite like it. So our mission is to bridge these two together, make it easier for the next generation shopper. So let's face it, I mean, people like me and you probably won't, be using these marketplaces in like 10, 20 years to come, just because of our interests maybe different. But we're really targeting the next generation, the young millennial shoppers, because they will be spending in cryptocurrencies. And at the moment, there's no infrastructure around these apps, around these marketplaces. So we're going to be the first, and we're going to support cross-chain payments and give those rewards. But the milestones, I think every day there's like big news coming out. Our team is really proactive. I'm a workaholic. I've recently handed in my notice as well to go full-time on Curate. And we've incorporated a company in the UK, in London. So yeah, this is like do or die for me.
I can relate. What I can tell is that I can relate, and I just can see the work that is being put behind. And we as the CEOs, we as the founders, we tend to be the workaholics pretty much, right? So I can 100% relate. I perfectly know what you're saying. This is sort of like almost like your own sort of like a baby that you're trying to raise, right?
Yeah,
you feel responsible for that. You feel actually, just very attached emotionally and practically. And more importantly, it's showing off. It's really showing the great results. So again, big, great job on that. And I just want to shed some light upon the most recent developments and milestones that Curate, has achieved. If you don't mind, I think a lot of listeners and viewers would love to hear about what's cooking actually right now for Curate.
Yeah, of course. So we just posted some news just an hour ago, actually, on Twitter. So we've now upgraded the smart contract to be compatible with Binance. So Binance Smart Chain, which basically allows for the lower transactions, the higher speeds, because its network is so much more higher performance. And we're also going to be listing on JewelSwap, which is one of the biggest exchanges, a DEX, which is really competing with Uniswap. And we love Uniswap. However, the fees, especially on Ethereum, are very high at the moment, and it's preventing a lot of our holders and our traders from trading on there. So yeah, going on to JewelSwap was a big move for us because it allows our traders to still buy and sell without the gas fees. And it works perfectly with MetaMask and Trust Wallet. So yeah, that was quite big news. We've also recently incorporated a company in London. So we're not just a project anymore. We are officially a company. For me, that's a big thing because it was the incentive to quit my job, to basically have an office and to go to work and work on something which is I'm really passionate about. And then prior to that, the news, our partners and our influencers, who are helping us with the marketing are just growing and growing. A lot of the companies we're working with and social media agencies, they're now accepting Curate tokens as a payment, which is really cool because it shows they also trust in the project, they trust in Curate, and they can see it going. They can see the token doing really well. But one thing is, I always say that we are a app built around the token, not a token building around an app. So our focus really is the product, the app.
For all that you just shared, probably this is sort of like this very tip of the positive iceberg, of the project that you are trying to, not trying, but actually building, right? I mean, this is no trying in there right now. This is way too advanced, as you said, yourself. This is actually allegedly, just standing out company, right? So standalone, like a business model, which is actually embedding, the cryptocurrencies. And like you shared, I've used many times, in my life, the marketplace. We have a marketplace that is called Allegro in Poland as well. Yeah. That is supposed to be sort of like a Polish version of the eBay as well.
Cool.
It's working pretty fine. It's a stock company. But most importantly, as you shared, there are so few incentives, especially just from the sort of like a seller perspective, right?
Yeah.
For like building the incentives around the app, right, is actually what directly just sucks in the traffic like a vacuum, right?
That's right.
And proper sort of like reward base, the building the rewards, the incentives for both ends, right? For the buyers and the sellers is exactly what makes this app, just go viral, makes it go global and pretty much like worldwide. So could you tell me a little bit more about what you guys have in plans regarding, the short-term and the long-term plans and going global, way beyond UK itself, just going global to the full mainstream, because that's the sort of like opportunity that crypto offers. Could you shed some light on that?
Yeah, definitely. So our app is actually out this month. So the short-term goals, I'd say in the next 12 months, is to really hit 10,000 users. That's active users on the app. Also, we're currently at 3,000 holders of the token. We want to hit again 10,000 holders. We also want to be #1 trending in the Apple iOS store and also the Android iOS store. And we really want to see a surge and adoption in the actual app. So we want to see exclusive listings. So a lot of our merchants, they do sell on other marketplaces, which is right, which is fair enough because they need to make money. So they're listing on eBay, Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, and also going to be Curate. But we're actually going to be starting to list exclusive content from sellers who are listing their content exclusively on Curate, which is going to be helping to drive the buyers. Because the hardest thing with building Curate, if I'm being honest, is attracting the buyers. Because the bigger guys, they have that traffic of buyers, and the sellers will be worried. They'll be like, "Well, you guys don't have any buyers." But with the incentives we're adding in, such as buying in XQR with 0 gas fees, or even just paying in crypto as an option, it's not a necessity. You can still pay in PayPal and credit card, but just giving that option and the rewards, I think, it's going to really help to bring those buyers in. And we recently hired a social media marketing company, which I've worked with Microsoft. And we're going to be targeting a lot of users from IG, from TikTok, just to bring in those millennial shoppers. So short-term goals, I'd say are those. The long-term goals, I mean, I have this vision in my heart to go public. I've always wanted a public company. Coming from the world of business, I've always had private companies, but I really want to go on the stock exchange and be the first crypto marketplace to go public. Yeah.
Amazing. Those are really, really big plans. And I got to tell you, I'm actually even more intrigued right now. Because first of all, because of what you're sharing, for the big plans, actually for Curate itself, but I'm also kind of like even more can relate because that's also sort of like been always one of my dreams, to come true. Hopefully in future to go public. I mean, that's the way that a company can really grow worldwide, right? That's pretty much like, when we go IPO or ICOs or the entire sort of like an ecosystem for the crowdfunding, within the cryptocurrency industry is still sort of like, immature when we compare it with the overall IPOs, right? We are talking about the overall engagement of big money involved. And so hopefully it happens for both of us. Right?
Definitely.
But I'm very, very excited for what Xcure actually is as well trying to solve with the fees, with the gas fees. Because I mean, let's face the truth. I've been using Uniswap for a longer time already, and I cannot even like name the amount of how much money I actually just spent on the fees alone.
Crazy.
It's insane. And in the long-term period, it's unbearable for traders. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that Xcure is actually coming with the zero gas fees. I mean, that's definitely a very big pro, right? For
game changer
for Xcure. And could you perhaps, if that's not of a secret, just shed some light also upon the overall sort of like a tokenomics structure of Xcure,
of course.
right? Because that zero gas fees, I mean, that sounds almost too good to be true and almost too good to be real. Could you explain it a bit more and deeper?
Yeah, of course. So there's no secrets about it. So we do work on a commission business model. So for every sale that gets taken place on the app, we take a 5% commission, and from that commission, we give 1% back to the seller as a thank you in crypto, and we give 1% to the buyer, again, as a sort of a cashback to say thank you for your purchase. And then from the gas fees, we fund that from our own team wallet. So we do have Ethereum in our own team wallet, and I'll be funding all of the gas fees when buyers spend in Xcure. And that's going to be sustained essentially through our commission model. That 3% which we take, my numbers are wrong. It's actually 4% commission we take net. The 1% commission from that 5% gets split between the buyer and the seller. So 0.5% to the buyer, 0.5% to the seller. But that 4% net commission we take from every sale, part of that funds our ETH pool, or our ETH wallet, which essentially funds those zero gas fees. So we are going to be self-funding the project. And I'll be honest, it is going to be a loss-making business for the first 6 to 12 months, but we do have the funds to support that growth. For us, it's about getting the data, about getting the numbers, and really tweaking our campaigns for ads, tweaking our app. We have version 2 of the app coming out end of the year. And next year, we will be profitable. But this year, we know we're actually going to make a loss, but we're okay with that because we just want to get that data in. The app is coming this month, so we have no data to really benchmark against. So yeah, that's how, from the business side, it works.
Yeah. I mean, of course, for an investment, there are costs, to be covered at the very very sort of like initial investment, right? So they can actually have some sort of like an ROI by space of it. So I perfectly understand that. And this tells me, just like the information, I think, from the sort of like an investor's point of view, the information that you are actually going to be self-funding, that you're actually going to be just sustaining within your current business model, where you actually have those, as you said, these, ETH pools, right? That you're going to be used and empower for the zero gas fees using the Xcure. I mean, this definitely sounds, competitive. This definitely sounds like a big advantage over the majority of the space of the projects I'm talking generally, right? So that's definitely very, very, very good point and well done. I just want to very quickly touch upon some perhaps more distant future as well, because just looking and glancing at your roadmap, at Curate.style, I can perfectly just see this point that actually just attract my attention, that is Curate charity donation. Doesn't mean Curate is going to launch their own charity, or is it going to be like a charity, sort of like a donation series?
Yeah, so it's essentially going to be a long term. It's going to be a foundation. We set up the Curate Foundation as we become profitable and our token value increases. and we'll be donating to essentially child labor charities to do with fashion. So countries in Africa, countries in India. But initially this year, what we have planned is a one-off donation to separate companies. So we won't be setting up a foundation this year. We're just going to be making donations. The first one's going to be a water relief fund in Africa for a lot of the villagers who don't get access to clean water. And there's also a charity based in South India for child labor, villages and things like that. So yeah, the first one's called Water Relief, and the second one's called Love and Compassion. So yeah, I think that's a really important thing for companies as they grow and they can afford to give donations, because the reason I'm doing this is not to get a Lambo and like the crypto memes, to be
surprise.
For me, it's a deeper meaning. It's essentially to help people who need to be blessed and pass that blessing on to others. And I do believe in God. If God has blessed me with that drive, I want it to be a blessing to other people. So yeah,
I love it. I likewise, just very same way believe in God. So
nice.
I think again, I feel more and more connection every word you actually speak. So that's very, very, very powerful message. Especially with the donations, for the Nest, for the Birb Nest, which I'm also the head of. We're also kind of like on the more regular basis, we donate to actual charities, to help all those suffering people in Poland. Mainly in Poland because of the sort of like the accounting infrastructure, but that definitely just hopefully is enabled also with crypto and the crypto donations anytime soon. For the bigger sort of like a scope of the donation centers. But also there is this. In Arizona, in Scottsdale, there is this parrot sanctuary. That I myself, for being a big fan of parrots, I'm actually very happy to donate as well to help the wildlife of parrots. In the Arizona. So, like you shared, for us, believing in God, or for those for those who actually don't believe in God, I mean, this is something always to reconsider. But to start with, to start with this part. We need to give it back. We need to give it back. The overall idea, of us, generating the wealth, or generating, the workplaces, is to give back, right? Like some people know that under the karma, what goes around comes around, like, whatever you name that. The truth is that whatever you are going to give away, it's going to come back to you in a more magnitude. It's going to come back in a very, very more, very big, serious. Kind of like a level multiplied, right? The goodness multiplies. So knowing that this is sort of like the main incentive for the investors, because this just tells me, how serious you are about this project, how long-term perspective you are about this project, that you can ensure that a company, is going to pretty much like stay liquid and operational within the 1 year, for example, of just getting the initial investments covered. I think that just speaks of the maturity of your James, and of the Curate project, that it actually is just gaining the proper sort of like a renown, let's say. And I want to also just hear some sort of like a quote message, some quote idea of yours, how you think crypto industry may evolve within the next couple of years, where it's going, where is it taking us?
It's only going to get bigger. That's what I personally believe. I mean, if we're just talking simply on price, targets end of the year, I do see Bitcoin going 6 figures very soon, possibly even 500K plus. And I see Ethereum definitely going to around, 50K. And maybe XCUR going to $100. I mean, obviously, this is not financial advice to buy crypto, but this is just my personal belief. And that stems from so many industries and so many companies, converting their balance sheets into Bitcoin. For example, Tesla. I see Microsoft and Apple following as well. Cryptocurrency is definitely here to stay. It's going to get bigger. And we want to be part of it. We want to be the first peer-to-peer marketplace to support crypto payments and reward users in crypto. So yeah,
I love it, and that's definitely a very positive message. Crypto is here to stay. the targets, are there. There's definitely going to be ups and downs. There's definitely going to be bear market after bull market and another bull market after this bear market and so on and so forth. But that's this definitely just speaks the message that it delivers for the Tesla which had from the balance sheet like $1.5 billion to the Bitcoin, right? And all potential like big players like Apple, which rumors are already just going all around the crypto, that they are also doing similar stuff. This is about trend setting, right? This is about setting some trends for the big players. So that there is no way you're not joining this trend at one point, right? Because those big players are actually just setting the directions. So which is very positive for Bitcoin, which is very positive for Ethereum, for the entire crypto space, and Curate as well. So with all the amazing positive news and the actual incentives that you just shared, there is also this this custom for the Nest Show podcast that we let our guests speak out some final takeaway messages, some final tips for those who are new, for those who are listening, on how to actually just stay safe, stay secure in the crypto, and then gain the wealth. Like, what are your tips?
My first tips would always be do your own research. I always push that message because crypto sadly does have a lot of scam projects, a lot of people misleading, giving false information, and I think it's just part of the industry. We are quite an emerging market, mainly younger generation. I think there's a lot of immature people in the space, but there's also a lot of great people in the space as well. So in terms of building wealth, I would definitely say to have some exposure to cryptocurrencies. Don't go all in, diversify and hedge your risk. And also I would say, look for projects which are transparent, where the founders have their DMs open, or where you can just reach out without getting, blocked or banned, or, having FUD labeled, because that does happen a lot, especially with altcoins and sort of smaller cap projects. And that's something which I've always told my admins and my team, to welcome all questions, even if they're creating FUD or they're calling us a scam or a shit coin. Just hear them out and try to reason with them if you can. If obviously they're a troll, then obviously you have to take measures. But just be transparent and be open. I'm a big believer in using cryptocurrencies as collateral. So, down the line, we will be working with a third party to offer collateral against your cryptocurrency, so you won't have to spend it. So if you wanted to buy a hoodie, for example, in the Curate app, and you have Bitcoin or Ethereum in your wallet, you could essentially use that as collateral, get a very low interest fiat loan in-app, purchase your goods, and still have the appreciation of Bitcoin going up. So, wow. That's my big tip.
I love it. That definitely sounds powerful. Message. Powerful message to all the viewers and listeners, guys. I mean, this has been an amazing honor, and I truly want to appreciate your time and generosity with your knowledge, with your master tips. James, and ladies and gentlemen, James Hakim, the founder, CEO, and one of the lead developers for amazing Curate project, has been our guest. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate your kind words. It's always a pleasure.
Globe is an upcoming crypto derivatives exchange offering up to 100 times leverage on crypto and DeFi perpetual contracts. Sign up for early rewards at thebirbnest.com/globe.
I'd like to thank our listeners for joining this episode of The Nest Show. If you've appreciated the depth and breadth of what you've heard with us today, subscribe to our podcast and find our landing page at thebirbnest.com. We have a vibrant Discord community which acts as our central hub of operations, and we welcome you to join us at thebirbnest.com/discord. We also offer an extensive free bulletin on emerging crypto market trends, exclusive undervalued gem reports, and in-depth expert technical and fundamental analysis at thebirbnest.com/bulletin. We always appreciate engagement from our community, which of course means liking the video and subscribing to our page, where we insist on bringing you the highest quality content available. Also, we're happy to incorporate tips and topics from our listeners and encourage you to email us at thenestshow@thebirbnest.com. This podcast is brought to you by the Birb Nest. Thank you, and trade on.